If you have had the privilege of experiencing a little foretaste of heaven, if you could go there for a minute and just see how that place is, where we all hope to be one day, then you would never want to come back here. Never. And no matter how wonderful your life is now, how blessed you are, no matter how many loving and caring people surround you, and no matter how beautiful your house is or how much money you accumulated, if you for a few seconds could just visit heaven, then I'd bet you would not care about coming back here to what you have. I often think about Lazarus, Jesus' friend that died, but Jesus brought him back to life. You know the story. If Lazarus was Jesus' friend and the Lord even wept after his death, then Lazarus must have been a holy person, a saint. So after death, his soul must have been in heaven. But then Jesus brought him back here, from the most wonderful place where we all dare to hope to be one day. Lazarus was brought back to this life, and he had to struggle here for more years before dying again. Maybe he even questioned the Lord, why? Why did you ask me to come back to this broken world? I was already at peace, happy forever. Why, Lord? Lazarus was privileged to taste heaven, and I am sure that if he had a choice, he would rather have stayed there. Obviously, Jesus had a reason, in that he wanted to prove that he is the Son of God, that he is the Lord of the living and the dead, and that he has power over death. Lazarus died again. He had to, and he is back to heaven rejoicing in eternal life. Why am I talking about Lazarus today, since the gospel this Sunday is about the transfiguration, not about Lazarus? Because I think that Peter, James and John had a similar experience to Lazarus. No, they didn't die and Christ did not raise them up. However, Christ let them for a few moments foretaste the glory of heaven. And he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became white as light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, conversing with him. Those three disciples experienced something unusual, peaceful, joyful, something that they had never experienced before. Nothing of this world could compare. They experienced heaven. No wonder Peter didn't want to go back to this world, to daily struggles, to sin, to pain, to illness, to sadness and death. Peter wanted to be in that heavenly peace forever. Lord, let us stay here. I don't want to go back. That proves that heaven exists and that it must be so wonderful to be there. And just like Lazarus and the disciples on the Mount of Transfiguration, God showers us with those moments when we can have a foretaste of heaven. When you look at a beautiful newborn child, when you look into the eyes of the person you love, when you experience that moment of peace when you adore Christ in the Holy Eucharist, when you travel and you admire the beauty of nature created by God, when you are praying with the community of fellow believers. Think about those moments when you feel peace, warmth, joy, and the presence of God. Moments that make you want it to stay there, never go back. Those are the blessings from God. A foretaste of heaven, our transfiguration mountain, and we would rather stay there, but just like Peter, James and John, we need to go back. There is still work to do. We just need to be thankful for those moments because they bring us hope and purpose. Now, let's go back. Let's go to work and hope that one day Jesus would let us stay there forever. God bless you.